is these drafts, they started off a little bit meta, and then they just went in their own wild direction, right?
Yeah, I think Pain Gaming, they were drafting themselves into a pretty advantageous position. I really liked the Visage pickup. I thought the Furion was a great choice by them to be able to deal with what was probably going to be better team fight from the side of Liquid. Then they draft this Luna, and I was like, okay, looks good. And then the Chaos Knight last pick came in from Team Liquid, and that I feel like really hurts them because it's not only a great laner, but it's also a very strong hero versus Luna in that you're able to apply just that direct physical damage into a hero that is very susceptible to it. She's usually pretty low on HP and really usually requires the BKB to be one of those items that just guarantees you have a lot of survivability. But against Chaos Knight, it's very different. So I think Pain Gaming, I still like their lineup. I still think it's relatively good. But I will say I actually preferred their Game 1 lineup. And I feel like this last pick, Chaos Knight, is going to cause them a lot of issues.
So I almost thought we were going to head for the same lineup. I was like, oh, they're kind of heading there. And then just suddenly completely reared off like, yeah, KRD on a Nature's Prophet should be interesting to see here. But they said the issue is going to be that they could easily run a Trons out of Liquid, and they just have so much control.
Yeah, I think like there's a combination of things. The Venomancer creates a lot more space than the Viper does. The Viper wants to be able to fight, and it is a good space creator, but it doesn't do the same that a Venomancer does in that it puts pressure on these side lanes and takes towers and all that sort of thing. So I think they naturally needed to have their Kuroki core be a little bit faster of a hero to be able to, like it needed to be able to come online and at least do some battling. You're still going to see a Chaos Knight that farms, I would say, a decent amount, but it will at least come online a lot earlier than the Alchemist of last game.
That's kind of like, it feels like the substitute for the fact that the Magnus, he's probably going to have a rough lane, right?
Yeah.
They're saying on the couch. It's this type of hero you don't see anymore because he suffers so much in lane.
Did you see that, by the way? Greedy as Kuro took the ward last hit from his supports. He actually waited until his support prepped it for him and then took it away from them.
He's like,
doesn't
sorry.
Kuro, like, because he's the 5 position, doesn't he know the pain of supports playing the 5 position and getting any little gold? Shouldn't he be more forgiving in that regard?
Maybe we give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he still thinks that he's still got like past 5 things going through his head. Like, oh, wait, sorry. I thought I was getting rid of the wards there. My bad.
That could be, that could be. I think Pain did the right job with the laning phase situation once again. I think they needed to be able to dodge the Luna against the Chaos Knight. So they should be relatively happy with the situation. But again, Liquid are well set up in that the aggro dual lane is not going to be that offensive to Mind Control. I think he's going to be kind of happy with his situation. He'll be able to get a lot of solo experience out of his lane.
That's good, because you know you got that typical disruptor harassment. You kind of expect it, but yeah, he's brought more than enough regen. And Tavo gets caught up here. Can they actually kill him off quick enough? Yes, they can.
It's the combination of like these stuns and the chilling touch on 3 different heroes, really hard to beat. They are threatening Mind Control at the same time.
He's got the skewer though. He can just walk away whenever he wants, or rather charge away whenever he wants.
Yeah, I think in the future that either the Glimpse or the Lucent Beam is going to be needed to, like, they need to hold on to one of that to deal with the skewer away. They try and go for the kill.
Look at Matumba in the mid lane. This is the power of Viper. Like, oh, I'm so close to death. Oh, he dies!
Wow.
Oh, he's so greedy. He's like, I don't want to use this salve. I don't want to use this. And pays the price. I mean, you don't really expect that early in the game. Like, Visage against a Viper. It kind of favors Viper a little bit. He's just got that natural Rast out, but not to that extent.
Yeah, this is already getting a little bit rough for Pain Gaming because now Arms is like, Matumba Man's not going to slow down. He's going to keep that pressure up on you.
You're seeing Cure on the top lane.
Yeah. This is Chaos Knight's specialty right here, is annoying the offlaner to death.
This just reminds me, like my favorite one is like more recently I've had is in Empire Nyx. He loves whenever his lifesteal, he always does that taunt constantly.
Yeah.
It's like it's the most frustrating thing to hear as a caster. But it's almost like, well, I don't know where the support's right now. It feels like this mid lane is just gonna go Viper's way.
You know what this is? This is Kuro getting truly into the mindset of a carry right now. Whoa, what is this? Matumba Man's still gonna go for the dive despite the TP in.
They got the control. Look at the lift now. Oh no, KRD arrives. Can they get a kill? Yes, they can now. Matumba's like, I can stand a fight. It's all good, guys. You want to do this? KRD's like, no, man. It's all good. You go. You have the bird. Think of it as a consolation prize.
You know what that was? That was Matumba Man reading his early Bracer pickup and saying, like, I can definitely challenge anybody in this situation.
Oh, Matumba's he's having a fantastic time in this mid lane so far. Like, everything's going his way. He's got a solo kill. He's getting additional kills.
Yeah. This is going to be a very fat Viper, it seems.
And that's possibly like the biggest concern for this team, because Chaos Knight, he's scary. You know, he only needs one item maybe, and then he's a big threat. And you know, Magnus, you worry about RP, but outside that, who even cares? Viper's probably the most consistent threat for them. So he gets a great lane here. It's really scary. And we were saying there's a drop. What's happening when Nature's close?
The scary part here for this lane is that they can get the combo stuns. Now, he does at least manage to get the heal off, and they're going to be able to get a kill on Heen, actually.
Oh, Heen, yeah, he's completely dead. I mean, they were saying about the power of these trees against range.
Oh, wow. He's going to go for the kill on Kuro, too.
I mean, Kyo's got no mana. He's got enough to break one.
Crazy.
Oh, no, this is really deep. They might get Kuro. Big one. Now he can turn around the start. Goodbye, King RD. And he's like, hey, guys, what's going on over here? Altava's going to TP out. It's fine. No chance to interrupt that.
My Tubman Man's going to get level 6 pretty soon. I'm not sure how Arms deals with this at all. Because Gravekeeper's Cloak is no protection against this kind of damage.
Exactly.
Like the damage over time.
And it's kind of like with Visage, when you watch him in the mid lane, it's all about getting 6 before your opponent, so you just turn it into a quick kill. He's just not getting that at all. And I mean, Matu's doing the right build here. You know, the 2 necrosis of already means that magic spike that would finish you off is never going to do it. It's going to be interesting to see how they want to approach this. I mean, try and trap him right now. Matu, stand his ground, needs to be careful. This is going to be a death. He's got to die this time. There's no escape. King shows up just to make sure it happens, but...
So, you said, like, hey, you want to be level 6 as the Visage before the Viper. Well, he's not going to get that, so the supports had to be able to set him up for a better laning phase than what he's currently experiencing. So, he's still going to be behind, sure, but the supports pretty much have to babysit him until level 6.
This is kind of smart, right? Because Liquid, they kind of identify this, and then they just get more mind control. Because this should be, mind control should be completely, like starved out by the Disruptor. Oh, last one. Oh, stun again. Tavo. Oh, this is just disgusting. I mean, it's kind of enjoyable to an extent to see Omni Knight suffer. I'm not going to lie, but...
And at the same time, they actually tried to go for mind control in the bottom lane, but they didn't hold on to the Lucent Beam. They actually opened with the Lucent Beam, so he went for that skewer away.
Thanks, guys. You made an easy escape for me.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing that Sprout's going to do to hold you in at that point. So...
I think, like, it looks like Pain just want to get early pushes. They know they need to take towers just to get the gold lead they need to self-accelerate forward here, because Luna needs a lot more items than Chaos Knight. Mind control. They catch him this time. Does it matter they use the stun first? No, it shouldn't. He's got the skewer. He's just going to carry them back with him, though. We'll die off.
Yeah, he knew he was facing up against the Disruptor level 3, so he should have Glimpse by then. And so there's nothing you can do as a Magnus. He just gets whatever damage he can. Good rotation by Pain, even if the first iteration failed. Those 5-minute rotations where you have the Siege Wagon alive, like, it's very important you get a kill and turn it into a tower push.
Looks like they're doing exactly what they want in that regard. I mean, I think they're just going to have to accept Omni Knight's not going to have an easy time this top lane. And
yeah.
It's a repeat of last game, really, isn't it? Like, Omni Knight last game, he had the roughest lane I think we maybe seen today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Even though, it was just up against Venomancer a lot of time, he just could not really do a whole lot. They are going to switch it up, though. It looks like the Chaos Knight is now going to absorb the farm at bottom lane. But now they do have a Luna that has the level 6 with the Eclipse, so they can actually challenge and go for team fights if they have sometimes. That's what we're going to do at mid.
The mid lane, Matu being chased onto here, going to be blocked out of the crease, has to turn around. The Eclipse comes out. They'll find the kill. King's going to die from return there. That's a nice change. I mean, you forced 4 heroes there, and you still take 1 with you.
Yeah, that's great. I think, I mean, it's good for the Viper, but at the same time, very smart from HFN to be using that Eclipse as early as possible, and they're going to use it to also be able to pressure mid-tower a little bit. If only the Visage was actually level 6, if only his laning phase went a little bit better, then that rotation looks like 10 times better, because then the Visage familiars get a lot of damage on that mid-tier 1 tower. And I think most analysts agree the mid-tier 1 tower is probably the most important tower of all of them in the first, like, 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, it just opens up the map, especially with how they brought it forward close to the river now. It's just very hard to get by that mid-tower without being seen.
Yeah. It allows you just to be able to go for, like, these really aggressive smokes and nice offensive wards and stuff. Arms has had so many people in his lane, though, that he's still not level 6, and he's still going to end up
not going
getting
to get there. This is just rough. This is Liquid are playing it perfectly. You know, you got a slight lead on your Viper, and now you're just pushing it every opportunity.
Yeah.
Another thing I like is Kuro's getting a little bit more aggressive HFN because he knows the Eclipse is not available, so why not? You know, what's the turnaround going to be? You're super tanky, you've got the Phantasm anyway. Well, actually, they're going to go for him here. There's the glimpse back. No,
Nice
dodge
dodge.
out perfectly there. We were saying how it was going to be with Kuro's carry, and so far, I mean, last series didn't disappoint. This series, he's been doing exactly what's expected of him so far this game.
Yeah, the reason he keeps on challenging HFN like this is he wants to get HFN low enough that they can attempt to go for a kill.
And they might just now. HFN, so speedy though now. King RD showing up, got the Sprout. Block him out nice with his TP. Can he get out in time? Yes, he can. I think Lucent Beam was like 1 second off being ready there.
Yeah, very smart knowing that Glimpse is on cooldown, and as soon as the Lucent Beam is used. Again, HFN has got to be a little bit more mindful of holding on to that due to the lack of disables on the side of Pain Gaming.
Meanwhile, it's like King's just trying to farm up a little bit in the top lane. He knows you can't really stop mind control too much, but I mean, is there a point in which if you don't get enough towers quick enough, this whole Nature's Prophet support doesn't have enough impact and you just fall off?
No, because what it does is Nature's Prophet isn't just about being able to take towers, but also be able to pressure lanes.
Okay.
Right, so he's always going to be able to TP to side lanes, throw Treants out, use Wrath of Nature, excuse me. And so in that regard, Furion will always be a relevant support.
Yeah,
When it comes to active team fight, like, he does very little for you.
that's the worrying part, right? Like,
Yeah.
because you look at the side, well, you look at right now, they're going to get killed. There's going to be mass TPs in, but can they do anything in time? They have got the Eclipse ready. They're going to use up mind control. The RP, though, very good. Gets dragged back, but says, get out, run.
That was so cool from Mind Control. He just fully embraces the sacrifice. He's like, leave me, I will lead them away.
So, like, was the last game we had a moment where it was like that, and then Keem, when he didn't have TP, it's kind of
Yeah.
that feel as well. It's like, wait, no. I want to join into. Just go, get out of here.
That was like what was it, Boromir, when he like is creating space for the hobbits to be able to run away. That was exactly that.
Oh, GH. Well, this isn't exactly space create. There's more depth, purification on the bird. Oh, there's so much push power on the side of Pain. Oh, there's a jump by Kuro. They're going to chase the King away, but there's the Guardian Angel to turn around. There's his 5 strike. Now Kuro going to dive so quickly. And Matu, do you want to stand here and fight? The haste's about to run out. I think you just let him get the tower and accept that it's getting a bit rough. Oh, the Ice Blast! HFN, they get him, and now they'll chase him with more. Arms a little bit of trouble. No RP this time, but they're going to kill off Arms. He's ticking down. There it is.
Pain! Why did you do this? Why did they stick around? Like, that was such a cool play where they stuck together, they didn't panic, they turned with the Guardian Angel, gets that kill, but the fact that they stuck around after all of that was so greedy.
And he's just rubbing his hands together like, goal, boys!
Yep,
Rock.
that's exactly what he wants to be doing.
Can we take a moment to talk about the fact that I don't know what's going on with King's like skin. Do you? Like, I don't know what the hell this is.
He's wearing some weird
like pagoda.
Yeah, it's completely bugged out.
It looks beautiful. I need to.
Oh no, another
he's
one!
lost again. Oh, Tavo.
Okay,
Poor
he
Tavo.
can.
He's TPing out. Another Skew.
I can't believe he didn't repel.
Oh, that was so close.
Oh boy.
Just a tip, but he gets away in time. And
Again, I'm so surprised he didn't repel during all of that. At least to slow down the damage from the Ice Blast.
just to make sure you get out, because if that Skew had touched a tiny bit, you're dead.
Oh, pull back. Nice catch.
They say, GH, if you're going to steal spells, you're going to have to die for it. But no, these are the cold feet now. GH trying to move away. Can't. They just get shredded through. And Nature's he's going to chill for the moment. But he's like, I got nothing to do with this. Just take the GH kill. I'll move away. And all the while, just let Kuroki keep farming bot lane because he only needs 1-2 items. And Liquid push top in the meantime as well.
Yeah, whenever Furion sets up one of these pickoffs, the best thing about the support Furion is that it works with the core Furion too, but the fact that you get so much value out of a support hero like this, to be able to get a kill and then take a tower off of it is like incredibly valuable. Very few supports do that for you. It's Shadow Shaman would be a great example. Kuro's dead!
Oh, he's dead! He just completely disappears. That's still level 1 Eclipse as well. So it's not even a huge spike out yet.
Dude, HFN, I think this guy has been lauded as probably the best player on Pain Gaming. He is a monster carry, and he is really turning up in this game too.
Like 7,500 net worth. He's got a good lead, and it's not slowing down at any point. And this has got to be the biggest concern for Liquid out of anyone on that team to start spiraling out of control.
Yeah, and in turn, like, hey, Luna will always be able to keep farming. Right? She like farms neutrals very easily. She's able to do stacks, especially ancient stacks, super value. And then a Chaos Knight can't do that. In fact, a Chaos Knight needs to be enabled. Oh, looks like they caught him in the bottom lane though.
No, he's in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to try and find HFM. Will find the kill, and now they've got back. Duster, you need to run quick. The Ice Blast is there. They got vision. They pull him through, and he's TPA'd. Is he going to live? Oh no, he's
He
going to
down
live.
to 80 HP. I think he's good.
The final tick. Ooh, a little bit close.
Okay, so but that's what a Chaos Knight needs to do, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't farm very well, but it needs to kill heroes, and that's exactly what Liquid needs to do to make sure they come back into this game.
And well, Heen's the one in a little bit of trouble here. The birds are going to catch up. The right clicks are coming through. Is he going to run away from this? He's going to at least create some space, and he knows his death is inevitable. It's just how long can you drag this out? Not too long.
Yeah, tough to be able to get away when you've got Visage familiars that can spot you out in the trees, and Sprout as well, so...
They see everything. It's the life of ancient apparition. You know, you're so slow, you just can't accept this. But that's the thing, because you're always so poor, it doesn't really care anyway. You know? If you draw free heroes' attention, not too bad.
So Pain have done a really good job making sure they don't lose this mid tower, despite the fact that Matumba Man won his mid lane so heavily.
Oh, mind control. Keep you out.
Yeah.
This is kind of the awkward part for Pain. Three of their heroes don't offer any sort of stun control.
Yeah.
They want to gank so much, right? In the meantime, it looks like we have got the Helm Dominator picked up by Visage. Where do you go next? Like,
well, we go to bottom lane first, because I think Kuro...
He wants to play. HFL. Oh, the pull through. Can they actually clip the Ice Blast? No, they can't, but the kill should still occur. It's just blocked in. Accept your fate. Good kill, like you said. He needs to keep finding these kills. And Luna's the perfect one because you can't let this Luna farm, like you said. It's going to be a case of, you know, Chaos Knight, he doesn't need as many items as Luna to just come online and be this hugely scary factor. It's actually levels is usually the biggest deal.
That is very, very true. Pain Gaming, in turn, needs to be able to stay away from a lot of these fights. Okay.
Guro just loves teasing Tavo.
He really does.
Same thing every time. Like one of the big things I do like is, well, I don't think they like that. The Disruptor gets caught in the mid lane. And now Tavo coming in, but Matu, he has got the Viper Strike, gonna hit the Purification Ice Blast through. It's on the multiple heroes. Matu's like, no. Finally, Viper Strike, and there is the RP. They'll find a kill under Visage. And now, Guardian Angel, you switch for yourselves a little bit selfish. You still die off, and that's 4 dead now. Luna about to be up, but, well, I mean, that was a pretty panic Guardian Angel.
Yeah. That felt like a little bit like Pain Gaming towards the end of that game one. I do feel like they panicked a little bit, and just a little bit of inexperience showing at times. That mid-fight was a great example of that, where they saw the Chaos Knight top, so they wanted to be able to fight mid, but they had to make sure they actually had all of their heroes ready to fight in that mid lane before they go for that engagement. Just challenging that Viper like that, especially with a Magnus on the field, is not a great choice. You need to make sure that you can actually kill these heroes when you go for the kill. Otherwise, you're just going to always find the turnaround available to you.
And it's just going to get a little bit rougher, I think, for Pain as well, because you've got such a perfect combo. When you've got the RP, you know, you've got the Viper you can set up, reduce your magic resistance, suddenly an Ice Blast comes in, you're dead. And this is a concern. Pain, they need, it feels like in the next 10, 15 minutes, they need to get a lot of gold on Luna, or this could get rough very quick, especially because Chaos Knight is starting to catch up to Luna.
See, they don't have a hard initiation point, so these smoke ganks from Pain, they're always very awkward. Like, how do they actually initiate?
And Kuro's the front line. They can actually glimpse him back. Kinetic there, but he gets out. There you go. Gank should be finished. He's so tanky. The repel comes out, the stolen. Now, oh, Matu's like, I'll stand here and fight. There's the Eclipse. They'll find the kill. And is this once again the heroic, like a Liquid taking it turns, like, I will die this time. Everyone escape.
Yeah, I mean, like, Kuro's just like pointing. He's like, you die for me, you know? Like, this is the Kuro carry, apparently.
Kuro King, there you go.
Yeah. But no, I think it is, like, it's incredibly important that their Chaos Knight does not die anymore, because he's only just now beginning to close that gap between him and the Luna. And it's always going to feel like there's going to be a gap between them just because the Chaos Knight doesn't farm as quickly. That being said, the Magnus does change things quite a bit. We're seeing here with the Empower, they actually did stack up for him, so Kuro is going to be able to at least get some of the efficiency that a Luna does when it comes to farming. Honestly, the Magnus does solve a lot of issues for you in that regard.
Yeah, it's a good pickup. I mean, it's that type of hero when we used to see it. It was always to enable things like the Ember Spirit that was coming out like last year a lot. It's just, I like to call it a pocket buffer, really. It's just down there. It's like, hey, Kuro, do you need a little bit more farm? Okay, here you go. Off you go.
See, the problem is, though, there's the Luna just does that independently, right?
Exactly.
She doesn't need no Empower. She is a strong, independent elf lady. And she is going for an early BKB. So I like the fact that he didn't go for the BKB just yet, went for a lot of the stat items, Mask of Madness, Dragonlance, Yasha, and then BKB is going to come online around that 20-25 minute marker where Luna, I think, hits one of her biggest peaks, where you've got the higher levels of Eclipse, your lineup in general hits a very big peak at that time as well, because the Visage, I feel like, is most powerful when he's got like that second item plus the level 2 familiars. And then Omni Knight and everything that Omni Knight is, whether it's Repel or Purification or even Guardian Angel, are all like incredibly powerful during those periods of time.
True. And like, because you get the BKB early, obviously you're not forcing Omni Knight to just defend you with Repel. You can save it for a clutch moment. I think the interesting part is obviously at the same time Liquid, they have a lot of things that are concerning even for a BKB or Repeller. You know, you've got the Viper Strike, you've got the RP. It's scary. And, well, they're trying to lead in.
Nice try, but Liquid did have a creep inside of that Roshan. So they're not going to be able to just sneak in a Roshan.
Hey, keep more farm. He's happy. And Liquid just, it feels like to an extent they are controlling the tempo of this. They know, they said the next 5-10 minutes they need to commit to a big push.
Yeah.
And
another thing we didn't really talk about is the fact that Chaos Knight really thrives against lineups that do not have initiation. Because it means he always gets times to be able to pop Phantasm and go for that big like Reality Rift blow-up play. So most of the time, like, Chaos Knight is a little threatened by lineups that get on top of him, get a stun, and even if he doesn't die, he's low enough that the Phantasm doesn't feel useful, right? Because you're at like maybe 1,000 HP, your illusions don't feel that powerful, they're just gonna die to any sort of AoE or any sort of control that comes out. But here, Pain Gaming don't have that, and they never really will have that. Their lineup just isn't designed to be able to do those sort of things. So I think Pain Gaming need to be able to hit that, again, that 25-minute window really hard, where they have that BKB and they have this this Visage with the Solar Crest.
You're right, they don't have any serious lockdowns. Like, the Static Storm is usually one of the best spells against a lot of heroes that get picked these days, but Chaos Knight doesn't care. If he's ult already, he's like, oh, okay, I'm silenced, I'll just run at you and club you down, and if you stand to fight me, the rest of my team are just free to go ham.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Liquid have like one of the best initiations out there, right? They have this Magnus RP. They also have a Rubik with a Blink Dagger to lead with the Telekinesis, so they don't have to lead with the RP at first. They can wait until there's some sort of counter initiation. And then Viper on the front lines is just a really good way to deter decent initiations as well.
I mean, it feels like this has been a big difference, is just how quickly GH keeps getting the Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
It's so huge for Rubik, and it's just enabling that team so much right now.
And they are completely missing out on Roshan.
Yeah, it's just gone. It just disappears before your eyes, and, well, now Hero's getting incredibly close to the heart. I love that little change. Like, whoa, don't kill the catapult. Bring him with us. We'll make him destroy his own base.
Pain is getting really good split pushes off every single time that Liquid commit to any sort of objective, whether it's a tower or here the Roshan. There is always a push going into a tower. So they got a decent amount of damage onto this tier 2 in bottom lane.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, King just has to do this. It's not like he's going to babysit a core and protect them. He does offer this very different style of supporting, which is just the constant split pushing.
Yeah, it's like a more like proactive way to be able to create space, in that you just shove out lanes and stuff. And if no one is showing when you know, your treants are banging on a tier 2 tower, then you know that Liquid are probably on the other side of the map, and they're trying to either get aggressive or they're trying to take Roshan or something like that. So it's not that direct impact over protecting your carry. It's a more, you know, ephemeral way to be able to create space for your core.
It's like, even if you show up the fight, it's like Sprout's not doing anything for him. You know, you got Quill and Blade on one, and then Chaos Knight sees you, just pulls you, and it's like, hey, we can share these trees together.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Chaos Knight, him and his team are pushed on the bot lane. It shouldn't take long to get through this, but once again, Pain just going to push in response. They've got the Visage Birds, they've got a Luna. They can do this just as quickly.
Yeah, certainly.
Tier 2 for a tier 1 as well. I mean, by the time you finish that tier 1, with tier 2, it's gone.
My biggest concern is that now that Kuro has the heart, I don't know if they're going to be able to take him on.
Yeah.
And if you can't win a team fight, it's like super hard to win in Dota 2 games, right? It's just like every single high ground instance that you can think of happens with some sort of team happening.
Are you telling me that Dota is a 5-man team
It
game?
is indeed.
That
is exactly what I'm saying. The days of TI3, the split pushing and riding your way to victory, they're very difficult to achieve nowadays. But
I mean, they're making the best effort on the side of Pain.
They are. They got a lot of damage onto that tier 3 in exchange for their tier 2 going down. So
it's like you said, you know, they can't really kill this Chaos Knight. It's like if you don't get him down to about 1,000 HP before he uses his ultimate, you haven't actually got enough damage to finish him off. It just turns around and takes at least 2 of you with him. With Nagus is now as well. It's just a game of avoidance.
So ideally, Pain either split push so effectively that they never get into a situation where Phantasm is used, or they managed to somehow force out Phantasm without getting caught, or maybe just like a support dies or something. And that seems, both of them seems very unlikely, just because Liquid does have such great catch mechanisms.
Well, GH just found Darvo. He's going to be forced to use a Repel, but he needs to run away from a Timber. I'm surprised he didn't actually Viper Strike for that, but I guess they don't want to fight. There's 4 heroes here. You haven't got your Magnus here yet, but Timber looking for someone. King, they see him. They haven't got to go to the truck. Can they kill him quickly? Like, yes, they can. Purification does the deal.
Okay, so they're going to try and catch mid, maybe?
Kuro's
No, he's got an Aegis. Surely they, like, I know they're kind of alone here, but I don't think he would still take this fight simply because he has Aegis.
But Mind Control showed himself, so you can't go in either of these because the other one just jumps straight onto you. So there's Phantasm. He gets out before they use the ultimate. Now the RP.
Oh, what an RP!
The Guardian Angel used. He's going to buy him some time. Eclipse still not killing off anyone. They're going to lose arms very quickly here. Now they need to run. Kuroki still pretty tanky. They might finally pop him, but they're going to lose Duster as well. The Ice Blast through. Not enough. There it is.
Ooh.
GH with the Purification.
That bouncing Fade Bolt hitting the Omni Knight and getting the Purification damage in as well. Beautiful little play there from GH, but that was the problem I saw for him, right? Is that because Kuro has a heart and he has his Aegis, it's going to take you too long to kill you the first time around, and you're going to get caught in some sort of situation. The rest of Liquid are going to be there, and you're going to lose so many heroes from this.
It's buybacks galore, you know? The only one hold on, the only one sort of left at the moment that maybe turns around is Luna drops, but she hasn't got Eclipse for 100 seconds. I think you just have to let them take the lane. I don't see how you can actually hold this, so Kuro's just going to stand there. Oh, he's got himself a Hyperstone as well, this will be even quicker. 2, 5 strike out. HF might want to be a little bit careful, a lot of damage can come out, and there it is. Nice control, Ice Blast coming through, going to catch on the Duster, and Arms. Arms, fate has found you again, and you shall die off, and now Mind Control skewers forward, actually finds Tavo. Tavo going to die very quickly here. Duster chasing through GH. This man is getting overly aggressive. Will he pay the price? He can't get the final hit onto Duster. And actually, a 2, he can't get the final hit either. So Disruptor walks away on a tiny sliver.
And Kuro's solely focused on objectives right now.
He is top lane.
You guys can chase for the kills as much as you want. I'm going to take bottom because I know this Furion is going to split push us, so we have to make sure this is efficient.
It's awkward because he's got an Orchid, but what do you do in this fight? Like, what, you silence Kuro, just runs at you, someone else slows you down, and actually Keen chasing Kikar away, and the Orchid coming out. Nice full stuff. So they lose 2 lanes, and they don't really get much in return. They get the tower, which is decent, but Liquid, they're just cruising ahead here. It feels like 12k net worth at this point. It's not the end of the world, but it looks like it when you realize Chaos Knight is sitting with a gold lead over the Luna now.
Yeah, that looks all the more dangerous, especially with level 18 approaching, where you get that extra Phantasm and the Assault Cuirass, which just means a lot more physical damage on these heroes. A pick off on Matumba Man would be pretty sick, though.
Oh, they can kill him. He's pretty tanky. He hasn't got the Shivas, though, so you can't slow him down. The Ice Blast coming through, going to hit on the HFN, but they got no follow-up. Just back away. He's dead. Just allow it. 60 seconds. It's not that big of a deal.
Duster was so close to being able to get the glimpse onto GH because they had vision on the high ground.
GH is a big kill here, though. It's like, you can't just let him sit there when you're trying to push in. If he steals the right spell, it completely turns on you.
Yeah, GH in his Rubik in both Game 1 and Game 2 have been very impressive.
Kuro, actually HFN forced the Eclipse, but look at the health on HFN already. They'll finally manage to burn through Kuro. And he just disappears. That's a really big kill. GH next on the hit list. Can he force stuff to safety? No. Oh, he gets the Eclipse steal. Tavo needs to be careful. Same HFN getting pretty low. Cannot. Oh, Magnus, he gets interrupted. Stops it just in time, and the Ice Blast does nothing as Keen dies off. And oh god, those glaives completely stopped any sort of counter.
I cannot believe Kuro jumped in like that.
He's got it, man. He's like, unkillable.
Like, he doesn't have BKB. He could get Static Storm, and he won't be able to use Phantasm that whole entire time. Like, oh my god.
And they break the gold.
Oh, the RP!
But no, this is silence instantly. He needs to get out of it quick. Then when he's based, actually glimpsed him back to safety.
Oh, they saved Mind Control.
Mind Control's like, thank you. Let's not talk about the RP that's on cooldown now. We'll call it a draw.
What's happening? And now this gear is going to top the TP as well. Visage.
No.
You needed to run farther away, friend, before you go for that play.
He has no escape items. You can just buy a little bit of time. Matu can smell it. Oh, can't. This is slow. This is slow, but he's like, it's inevitable. It's like, I got no way out. Just buy time.
Pigeon, what's going on in this game, man?
I don't even know.
Like, Kuro just, like, he just YOLOs in. He, like, dies. He's thinking, like, I have heart. Like, I'm invincible. But he's Static Storm, and he's trapped by this kinetic field. And he's just going to take the full damage of this clip.
Did you forget he didn't have Aegis? He was like, oh, right. That's a different
And then Duster like saves the Magnus too with the glimpse back. I was like, as soon as the Omni Knight doesn't get caught in that RP, I was like, oh Jesus, this is terrible for my control. He's just gonna die here.
But this is the big issue, right? We just saw it there. They were stopped from just turning around because Mind Control held onto the RP just before he actually used it. The glaive just popped on him. He's like, oh, no, Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even get back in and turn that around to get some kind of revolt. They are pushing top now as Kuroki's live is like, guys, I'll stay with you this time. Just be within reasonable distance. If you've got a 4-staff, I'll appreciate it so I don't get stuck in a static storm without Phantasm.
Look at Kuro being so greedy. He's going for MKB against the Butterfly, the Luna, instead of the just like having a BKB.
No Blink needed, and there you go, Phantasm.
Oh, he got the extra illusion.
Oh, this tower's going to disappear. Can you get through quick enough with Glaives? Need to be careful HFN. That repel's not going to last very long.
He's probably going to have to pop
the jump. Duster already dead. Now Kuro, maybe we want a little careful. Down to half HP. There's a Guardian Angel steal. Keep him alive. HFN not doing as much damage, and there's the Eclipse coming out. Kuro not too bothered for the time being. It's like, tickles a little bit. I'll be fine.
Yeah, without the Disruptor, they have no way to be able to make sure heroes stick around when they pop the Eclipse, right? It's like these heroes just walk away, and they're perfectly free.
They have no real control in these fights, and it must be frustrating at this point, because they're just having to watch their base slowly melt before their eyes.
And because he has a heart, Kuro walks away for a little bit, and then he comes right back in. Very efficient.
Actually, he's gonna wait for the repel. If he gets this, he's gonna pull in. He actually finds King R. Nice kill. No split push like to happen now. Maybe we just finish your base. They say, oh, the hoof stop. Luna, Viper Strike, no escape by the
RP.
The Ice Blast, and they just disappear. GG gets called. Pain tap out. They're like, no way, no more. We've had enough. Well, a quicker one, and